Good afternoon. This is Gideon's Take in 20 minutes, bringing you the news in the best way that you can understand as a Kenyan, a local man. So, to our nurses are still protesting the non-compliance or non-implementation of their CBA, saying that the current status of their salaries and compensation is not reflecting the kind of work that they put in the hospitals. Many counties have threatened to dismiss these nurses and saying that they are going to be employing new ones. But the current nurses are saying that they are not going to relent on their protest until their CBA is honored. Let us see how that goes. In other news, Mukurweini MP Kagucia, that is John Kagucia, has been arraigned in Milimani court one day after he was arrested by DCI at his home after he was followed from the Royal Media Services stations, that way he was giving his own take on what he was saying on a certain rally. Now, looking back, in that rally, he said that anyone who votes for Dr. William Ruto, that is the current president of Kenya, he called him Kasongo at that meeting. He said that he will be followed even to the under of their beds so that they can be punished. He said that in Mukurweini, there should not be a vote, even one, for one President William Ruto. So, this was a threat, a direct threat to the people of Mukurweini, and he was not saying them as just a joke. He also continued to say that anyone who gets sick in Mukurweini and he voted for Ruto, he will have to know to go to Sugoi to get SHA so that he can be paid medical services or even medical costs that he will incur. He said that even anyone who votes for Ruto, the people of Mukurweini will not accept his dowry prices or dowry payment. He said that anyone who wants to pay dowry even to those people, they will be forced to take that dowry to Sugoi. So now we ask ourselves, if this is the kind of people or the kind of speech that we get in the rallies, how much safe are Kenyans? Yesterday I listened to a Luo elder saying that anyone who does not vote for broad-based government, it will be cast. And again, I'm saying that because these are some of the words that come out of the mouths of leaders, and we take them lightly, but they affect people in real time. Now imagine a Luo person or someone who is in the Luo Nyanza who believes that elders can give cash to anyone who goes against their word. This person was not intending to vote for the broad-based government, but by hearing that if you do not vote for broad-based government, you're going to be cast. What do you think these people are going to think? Are these people going to vote willingly, or are they going to be forced to vote in the way that the people demand? Also, when Kagucia says that anyone who votes for Ruto, it will be followed even to the under of their beds, what does he mean? Let us say that Ruto gets 2,000 votes out of, I don't know, whatever votes Mukurweini gives. How are they going to know the number of people or the people who voted or who gave their votes for those 2,000 votes? Will they be looking at people's ballots once they tick so that they can know who has voted for Ruto or not? Are they going to demand for selfies or for photos for the voting paper, for the ballot paper, so that they can know who voted for who and why? That is a question that we should be asking ourselves. And I've asked this question time and again. If you say that if Ruto gets more than, if Ruto wins this race, we are going to see that he has rigged the elections. How are we going to know whether he has rigged or not? How are we going to know whether many people have not voted for him? How are we going to substantiate our claims that he has stolen the votes, unless we have a way of doing it? Again, I heard before the Olkalawi elections, there were two political figures who were arraigned or who were punished by IBC for uttering those words that can cause chaos or which can threaten the lives of people. These people were taken to court, or they went to court, and their case was suspended pending hearing. I don't think whether those hearings have already occurred, or these people are still roaming around freely, or what will happen after now they are gotten guilty, or they are proved guilty. I do not know whether the court now will implement the fines that they given, and they will be given a mandate to issue apology to the people. To Kagucia, I would like to ask, if you say that anyone who votes for Ruto will be followed, hadi chini ya kitanda, what do you mean? What do you mean anyone who votes for Ruto? How are you going to know the people who specifically voted for Ruto? Now let us look back when he was the UDA member or had a member of parliament supporting UDA government. In 2024, June 25th, the people of Kenya rose and said that do not vote for the Finance Bill 2024 because you do not feel comfortable with this Finance Bill. The members of parliament know very well that you can just abolish that Finance Bill and create another one, or just use the previous one and life will go on for Kenyans. These people say that these Kenyans are joking, these Kenyans are not serious, these Kenyans do not know what they are talking about, and they dictated the terms of that Finance Bill. They went even to the end, even to the last minute, while Kenyans were seated outside watching how they are going to vote, and they voted yes to that Finance Bill. The aftermath of that Finance Bill was a bloodbath, when people were being shot left, right and center, even in front of the parliament, whereby these people go and make laws, or thereby these people are employed for the next 5 years. These people are even not ashamed. Kagucia is not ashamed, saying that the government of Ruto has caused a lot of bloodbath or bloodshed. And he being the one of the people who voted for the Finance Bill, and they said yes to that Finance Bill that Kenyans were demonstrating. And that led to many Kenyans being shot down by the police, while the police were trying to quell the demonstrations. He's saying that this government of Ruto has caused a lot of bloodbath. Now my question would be to the people of Mukurweini. Do you really feel safe under the hands of Kagucia, John? Or do you need to be saved? Kama mnataka kuokolewa, blink twice and we are going to come for you. We are going to come to your rescue. Otherwise, when you hear politicians uttering some words that may be controversial, first thing that you should do as a citizen is not listen to them. The second thing, as a citizen, you have the citizen arrest warrant. I understand that these people talk that because they know that their masses are supporting them. And they understand the mind and the psychology of Kenyans. You come here, you do something very bad, you go to the hiding for some time, you come back singing the songs that citizens are singing. Let us take this one literally. In 2024, when Gachagua and Ruto were on the same page, Kagucia was there fighting for UDA. He voted yes for the Finance Bill that Kenyans, that led to the death of many Kenyans that he's talking about. Then, when Gachagua was chased from the parliament, I also think that Kagucia of Mukurweini also voted yes to the impeachment of Gachagua. But now that he wants to get votes and they are seeing that Gachagua is influential in the mountain, he wants now to be on the good sides, on the good books with Gachagua. Now he starts supporting Gachagua and now starts going against Ruto. The only factor that does not change here is the citizens. He has changed parties from the Ruto's UDA to Gachagua's DCP. But citizens are the ones who are saying that do not pass Finance Bill 2024, but he did it yet. When the impeachment of Gachagua came, some people, they said that do not do that. We do not have a proper claim of what is happening. Or rather, they said that when you're impeaching Gachagua, make sure that you impeach both of them. Kenya said, kufa makanga, kufa dereva. That meant that if Gachagua was to be impeached, they should go together with Bwana Ruto. That meant we do not have faith in these two people. But now look at it. While these people separated, kufa makanga, kufa dereva, that symphony or that music stopped. And now it is kufa dereva. The makanga is safe now because once you are kicked out of the moving bus, you become a victim, and Kenyans are very good at sympathizing with the victims. So since Gachagua is now outside there fighting for his life, he has tried, or he has managed to amass all the Mount Kenya onto his own side, and now he's fighting now to balance the Mount Kenya, and he is forcing the people of Mount Kenya want to ask for votes to go using the vehicle of DCP. This is where Kagucia comes in, and he says that the Ruto is always killing people. He does not tell you that he voted for Finance Bill 2024. He does not tell you that he impeached Gachagua. So what does that tell you? These politicians, they have no interest of the people at heart. They know what they want, and that is the positions that they hold. That is the employment. These are the people who fight to death to get these employment positions, so just remain there. So, dear Kenyans, as much as you celebrate these people, you clap for them, you shout to the heights of your voices. Understand what these people have taken you through. Do not have very simple or very short-term memories. Remember that. These are the people who are giving you hard time. These are the people who made the policies and the laws that are making Kenyan people not to have even a shilling in their pocket. These are the people who have made it very difficult for people of Kenya to enjoy the journey that they are going through. And yet, they are here calling themselves all manner of names. The people, they are just saying that they are there to speak for the people. And yet, when the people, they need to be spoken for or to be spoken towards, these people do not even want to do that. So, can you have a conversation as Kenyans? Do we really need this kind of leaders, or can we get rid of them and try others? In other words, we want new blood. This new blood do not be picked from the trenches. Young people say that we want to be involved in these leadership positions. But when a young person rises and says that I'm going to be vying for this position and this, we start stoning them. Do we need now the people in the government or the people who are leading us now to go and pick young people and lift them to the positions where they can be vying for these positions? Young people of Kenya, rise up, ask for these positions. Let us see if the people of Kenya were serious when they were saying that we need new blood in our government. In other news, the visitors in Kenya or the people who are coming from abroad are required to pay at least $50,000 for the insurance fee. The government trying to clarify that through the Minister of Health. They said that these are the insurance fees for the people, for the medication, for emergencies and everything. And in case someone loses their life in Kenya, they can be repatriated without having a lot of trouble. I do not want to take side on this, but many Kenyans abroad are saying that this can limit the number of tourists who are coming into Kenya. And also Kenyans here are also claiming that this is not a good move. But one thing I know is that if someone wants to come to Kenya, it doesn't matter how much money they are being requested to pay. They're going to pay it. And something that I'm going to be seeking clarity around is if this $50,000 is refundable, so that when a visitor comes and they do not consume that money, they are going to be using it when they go back to their countries. I'm still waiting to see if that works. In other news, Shares fintech company that used to facilitate the transfer of these monies from hospitals, from Share website to hospitals, which was allocated 2.5% of any money that is paid to hospitals, has been given 2.5 billion as payment in this month, I think July, at the end of July. Many people are raising questions asking, which firm is this? It's a fintech company that facilitates this transfer of money, just like the companies in the US which enable movement of money through the visas and everything, like the Wire, I think, I would think, or just something like Safaricom, which enables you now to transfer money from your wallet to another person's wallet. So this company has managed to be paid 1.2 billion, and it is raising questions to so many Kenyans asking if this is legitimate payment or there is something behind it. There are people who have gone to the court and we are waiting for the whatever verdict is going to be given. If it is the correct one, we are going to say that's okay, and we are going to be happy as Kenyans because we want to see this instance happening. So if this firm can be awarded 1.2 billion, it means that hospitals have been paid a lot of money, and help that these hospitals are giving Kenyans proper treatment because they are getting payment for whatever they are doing. In other news, the pension kit is claiming that more than 85 billion has not been remitted into the accounts. These are monies that have been cut from the employees, and they should be deposited into this kit. However, the kit is saying that they have not received more than 85 billion. They claim that the counties and other farms are among the highest farms that are not paying them these deductions. This is the retirement or the pension deductions. So you might be there working, your pensions or your pension percentage is being cut, but this money is not being remitted. What do you do about that? So please, if you have the capability, can you follow up on your money and see whether it is being remitted? On the other news, Azimio la Umoja is one of the political parties that was standing against Ruto's Kenya Kwanza government. So these are the people now are consolidating back, with Kalonzo being the chairman, and other people now following. Now, with the exit of ODM, Azimio was left or was seen as a shell. However, under the management of Uhuru Kenyatta, Azimio now is coming back and is now become a itch or a headache to Bwana Ruto. Because when you see how Uhuru is consolidating his people with Kalonzo and Martha Karua, with the people like Gachagua, with people like Matiang'i, with people like Kaluki Ngilu, with people like Wamalwa. These are the people, they are bigwigs in that united opposition coalition. And if these people are brought under one umbrella and they decide on to lift the hand of only one person to fight against Ruto, it will be very difficult for Ruto to secure elections for this coming election 2027. Also, Sifuna is there. So, what do you think about the Azimio la Umoja? Is it rising again, or is it just an avenue to bring these people together so that they can form another coalition? I hope that we discuss that in the comment sections and we see what is happening. In other news, Sifuna has finally secured the Linda Mwananchi name amongst other two names, because apparently when you are securing these names, you should give several names. So Linda Mwananchi is among them. And now this shows that Sifuna is healing from him being kicked out of ODM. He has been wailing how ODM kicked him out in a very immature way. He wanted just to remain the SG of ODM. But now that he has been kicked out completely, and he has also been stripped out of the powers that he held in the Senate, now he has come to the realization that Linda Mwananchi political party can be something, can be a vehicle that now elevates him to something that he can claim even beyond 2027 elections. Let us see how that goes. In other news, Infotrack or polls have gone now to look at how the governors are faring, and this is how our governors are doing. Irungu Kangata picks number 1, with Murang'a being one of the best performing counties. Then Natembeya also becomes number 2 following Kangata. Then we have Wamatangi, that is Kimani Wamatangi of Kiambu, becomes number 3, then followed by Mutula Kilonzo Jr. of Mukurweini. Then number 4 was Wesley Rotich of Elgeyo Marakwet. So these are the people who seem to be performing better. I would also like to be asking questions. We say that we should push women to lead. Where are women in this list? We should be seeing like at least one woman who is speaking now for the rest of the women, so that now these women can get chances to be elected going forward. Because we are not going to give votes to women just because they are women. We want, when we give you our votes, that you are going to be now defending the name of women and also standing for them so that they can get everything that they want. In other news, informal workers who have requested to be paying SHA using Lipa Pole Pole have been told that once they start delaying these payments, they are going to be charged 2% for the delays, and this might cause inconvenience or might cause so many of them now to depart from the system. Let us see how that works. Are you a Lipa Pole Pole informal payer of SHA? And have you been skipping payments? Have you been inconsistent? Please check out and make sure that this 2% is not charged on you. Otherwise, when you go now to your accounts, make sure that you check so that you make sure you are not charged inappropriately and that the money that you are paying is the right money. In other news, international news, Ariana Grande said that she's going to come out of the face of the popularity face, or they're just going to come out of the limelight for some time after she finishes her tour. The tour was named Eternal Sunshine. That I think she was moving around the USA, meeting her fans. She's saying that she's going now to move a little from the visibility so that she can focus on her health. She said that she claimed that she's not getting out of this visibility just because of the backlash that people are giving her. You understand that people have been saying that she has been neglecting her health, or people have asked what happened to her, from a good body, someone who was big, to someone who is small and little in stature, like she's thin. So people are asking whether she's okay health-wise and everything. And so she's saying that she's going to take a break from visibility and focus on her life, get some rest before now she comes back. She does not announce when she will come back, but she's saying that she's going to take some break from visibility. In other news that now you might like to know is that Kremlin and Kyiv are still fighting Each day they are throwing stones at each other, which takes life of their people. That is just something that has been continuing since 2022. Each one, when you shoot at each the other person, they claim that you're breaking the international law by killing civilians, but these people do not care. In other news, the USA and Iran are also concentrating or also speaking about agreement terms. However, Iran seems not to be relenting. They are still shooting ships that are navigating through the Strait of Hormuz, and also the US had halted its bombing, but they are staying on alert in case they need to. So let us see how that works. And in other ways, that's all the news I have today. I'll be giving you more news as they come. I want you to understand local and international news the same way. Otherwise, see you in the next news. This is Gideon's Tech in 20 minutes. Bye bye.